Hello there everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today I would like to take you through a new project on how to make 3D flowers, as you're going to see and learn here. And this was inspired by another project I undertook last year when I have modified this pair of boots, similar to a new pair I just purchased recently. And that pair of boots was modified by creating 3D leather flowers I later on painted, and I liked it so much, but I decided, you know what, I need to do something different. And as you can see here, these shoes I purchased from Asos, I thought they are so cute, and I kept looking on both eBay and Amazon on how to purchase these flowers. I found something almost similar, but there was lack of variety and they were very expensive. So I decided to create my own 3D flowers. So for this I purchased the round bamboo hoops, as you can see here, and I got them from Amazon for a very low price, and due to being a Prime member I got them the next day, and I got 3 sizes. Also what you need is strong thread, and I purchased mine by mistake many years ago, and I did not use it because it was very strong, does not break, and it is difficult to untangle, as you can see here, so it's a very strong thread. Also what you need is beads and sequins, and you have to make sure the hole in these beads and sequins is bigger than 0.6 millimeters, otherwise your needle will not be passing through the hole. So when you purchase them, whether on eBay or Amazon, make sure the seller mentions this, the hole is bigger than 0.6 millimeter. Also you need a good base fabric, and I chose this type of velvet, and I sewn everything on the back side of the velvet. It does not fringe, so this is an ideal fabric. You can stretch beautifully on these hoops. Also, of course, you'll need glue and scissors, and I used a glue gun for the very first time because in the past for the leather flowers I have used a normal type of glue and the flowers kept coming off, so I realized that I need to use a glue gun, and I need to make an experiment to ensure is not going to destroy the felt or the velvet. Now, as you can see, I already started making the second flower, and in order to achieve great flowers you have to think of several methods. What I did, I raised the big petals by bending the 20 millimeter round sequins in half or towards the edges of the sequin. I also raised the big petals by sewing small beads underneath. I have at least 2 types of sequins. I used 20 millimeter sequins, 15 millimeter sequins, and 15 millimeters shells. Also, I used small beads, sequins between the flower petals to raise them. I have used diamante and long beads for the middle of the flower, as you can see here. I also purchased big flowers in order to create the several layers of petals and having everything done faster, as this was my first attempt, so I wanted to be very efficient, do my at least 9 flowers per boot and be done in several days. Due to being a complete beginner, of course this took longer than 1 day, as I worked several days, sometimes in the evening and sometimes in the morning. Ideally, each flower should be done in 20-25 minutes. Of course, the first time it took me much more than that. And the flowers were creating using the tips as I mentioned to you earlier on, so have a look there how beautiful they are. Now let's make another flower. For this flower I used petals of 15 millimeters, so the sequins are 15 millimeters. I used a small plastic flower to be done faster, and I also used beads for the stems. So there you have it. Everything is very, very straightforward. Later on, what you have to do is to glue the flowers, and what I did first, I placed them on the black felt. I cut the black felt to shape in a round shape, which I purchased this felt from Hobbycraft as I went in a shopping trip in West London, and each felt was only 50 pence, which is brilliant. So what you do, after you cut the flower from these hoops in a round shape on the base, you glue using the glue gun in order to secure the threads further, although they are very secure, and at the same time covering them with the black felt. And the black felt will actually be the one which is glued to the boot. Well, there you have it. Of course, I'll be doing more similar projects in the future now that I learned how to create these 3D flowers. And I might even modify shoes, as you saw earlier on the one I purchased from Asos. That pair of shoes was, I think, 50 or 60 pounds. So now that I learned how to make this myself, I don't need to spend this kind of money. I can do everything on my own. So as ever, I hope this information was of any help to you, that it inspired you too on creating your own flowers. You can apply them not only on shoes but on clothing, as I saw lots of people do. And as ever, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.